There is a forest at the edge of the world where the trees grow so tall they seem to hold up the sky. And in that forest there lived a crow named Kael. Kael was not ordinary. He was sharper than most, quicker than all, and his dark eyes caught every glimmer, every movement, every opportunity before anyone else even noticed. But Kael carried a hunger that had nothing to do with food. He wanted everything now. Not tomorrow, not in an hour. Now. The elders of the forest had tried to reach him. Old Orin the owl, whose silver feathers had seen 100 winters, would perch beside Kael on quiet evenings and speak in that low, rumbling voice of his. Orin the owl. Kael, the river does not arrive at the sea in a single breath. It travels, it curves, it waits in valleys and rests in pools. And because of that journey, it becomes deep. Kael would nod politely, then fly away before Orin finished his sentence.
Mira the tortoise said, "Waiting is not emptiness, young one. It is the space where strength is built." Kael replied, "Why wait when I can move?"
One scorching afternoon, the heat pressing down on the forest like a heavy hand, Kael spotted something extraordinary. A farmer was in the field at the edge of the woods, scattering seeds in wide, golden arcs across the dark soil. Hundreds of seeds, thousands, enough to feed every bird in the forest for days. Kael's eyes lit up.
Sparrow said, "We're waiting for him to leave."
Kael said, "Waiting? He's right there. Look at all that food." But Kael had already launched himself off the branch. For exactly 3 seconds, it was perfect. Then, clap! Kael exploded into the air. His wings beat in pure panic. He flew harder than he ever had, heart slamming against his ribs, the farmer's voice echoing behind him.
He didn't stop flying until the trees swallowed him. And then he looked back. The other birds, the ones who waited, floated down one by one, landed gently, and ate in complete peace, unhurried, unafraid.
If I had just waited 5 minutes, he thought, that would have been me. He sat with that feeling for a while. Then he shook it off and flew away.
3 days later, Kael found trouble again. Though he would not have called it that. He would have called it opportunity. There it was, a large piece of bread, pale and soft, bobbing gently in the middle of the pond. He misjudged the distance, and the water came up to meet him. Splash! His wings hit the surface and immediately began to drag. Water is not a friend to feathers. Within seconds, he was heavy, panicked, thrashing, and the bread had floated further away. It took everything Kael had to fight his way back to the surface, to beat his soaked wings hard enough to lift himself out of the water and collapse onto a nearby rock. He sat there, dripping and humiliated, too exhausted to even be angry. The heron said, "It always comes closer if you give it time." He stared at the water. He thought about the field. He thought about the bread. He thought about all the rushing, all the diving, all the certainty that speed was the same thing as winning. He sat on that rock for a long time. Weeks passed. Until the evening, he found the mango tree. He flew closer and stopped. The mangoes were green. Every single one. The parrot said, "They'll be extraordinary in a few days. The sweetest fruit in the forest. But only if they're given the time they need." Kael looked at the mangoes. He looked at the sky. He thought of the farmer's field. He thought of the pond. He thought of Orin's words and Mira's words, and the heron standing still as glass in the water. And for the first time in his life, he didn't argue. Kael replied, "Okay, I'll wait." It was the hardest thing he had ever done. The first morning, he circled the tree 3 times before forcing himself to land somewhere else. By the 4th day, he stopped circling. He simply came to the tree in the mornings, looked at the fruit, and flew away. Something strange happened in the waiting. He began to notice things. The way the light changed colour by hour. Gold in the morning, white by noon, amber at dusk. The way the wind moved through different parts of the forest with different sounds. The way the other animals moved through their days with a rhythm he had always been too fast to see. He felt, for the first time, like he was actually inside the world, instead of racing through the surface of it. He felt quieter. He felt stronger. On the morning of the 7th day, the air changed. He was deep in the forest when he caught it, a wave of fragrance so warm and sweet it stopped him mid-flight. He knew instantly what it was. The fruit had transformed overnight. Where there had been hard green skin, there was now deep gold, blushed with orange at the edges. The branches were heavy with it. The whole tree seemed to glow. Kael landed softly, selected one, pecked gently through the skin,
The juice ran down his beak, and it was, there is no other word for it, perfect. Sweet and deep and rich in a way that hard, stolen food never is. He ate slowly, peacefully, happily. No fear, no rush, no regret, just joy. After that day, Kael was changed. Not suddenly, not completely, but genuinely. Other birds noticed. Young crows especially, impatient and quick, the way he once was, would sometimes land beside him and ask how he had become so calm, so sure, so different. Kael would look at them for a moment. Kael said, "I used to think waiting was the same as losing. Like every moment I wasn't moving, the world was passing me by. But patience isn't stillness. It's not giving up. It's knowing that some things, the real things, the sweet things, can't be rushed. They have to be grown, and the wait is part of what makes them worth having. The fruit was sweeter because I waited for it. The lesson was deeper because I earned it the hard way. That's the final lesson, and it's the one nobody can teach you. You have to live it yourself." In the quiet green forest, at the edge of the world, a crow sat in the morning sun, patient, present, and finally, truly free. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of the Final Lesson family. Until next time, be patient, be present, and remember, the best things in life always come to those who wait. See you in the next lesson.